It's the NFL on EA.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Well, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. He's still on his feet. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Levis. Again, it's Johnson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Levis out of the shotgun now. He finds his man complete. It's Townsend. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. He had the touchdown on the opening drive, and that has become a theme throughout the season. If you take a look at where he ranks among the leaders in rushing touchdowns. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Hurts. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. The Eagles at 8-1 on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Okereke running in and bringing him down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing is Hurts. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Back to throw, it's Levis. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Sims. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Again, they run with Sims. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play there for Philly. And even 50 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, didn't go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Eagles have regained the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. New York set to take the field. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
Like 24.
Levis. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Back to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Barkley will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. So his big first half continues. His third touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Levis to throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Townsend. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Giants have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 21-17.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And quickly, they get to the line.
63.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 15. Working from the gun, here's Levis. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
The one final shot before the half. Here's Levis into space at the 45.
And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offense.
Absolutely. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
That's complete to Wicks.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Like 54.
Levis from the gun.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Levis sets up to throw here.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good.
But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down.
Like 54.
Levis back to throw.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Like 5-4. Like 5-4.
Here's Levis.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Patterson now for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He'll drop to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Go Silver, right?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Hey, 73, 73.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs.